Welcome, everyone, to Mondays with Michael. So good to be with you. A warm welcome to all. A blessed and happy and thankful Thanksgiving to you and yours. So good to be here with you. Thank you for joining us again. We're deep into our sixth year of the show, and we're just delighted to have a very wonderful, very special guest with us today. So, on whatever platform you're viewing us on, if you'd like to say hello, share anything you want about where you're calling from or what state you're in or country. Also, any questions you have, any links or podcasts or articles or blogs, anything you want to share with the group. We'd love to hear from you. If you're on our watch page at michaelgaeta.com/watch, or if you're on our Zoom link, you can let us know what questions you have for today for our very special guest. Really honored to have him with us today. I'm going to introduce him in just a moment. But first, wanted to give a warm welcome to folks who are just joining us for the first time, as well as folks who have been here for the last 5 years of this show. So this is our weekly podcast on two subjects, natural health and health freedom. This is an offering of the Gaeta Institute for Holistic Health Education. Our motto here, as with the Gaeta Clinic for Chinese and Functional Medicine, is nature first, drugs last. And so just having some clarity that pharma drugs are not bad, they're just massively overused, and there's a natural solution at least 95% of the time, being very conservative on that estimate. So this is show number 291 for this November 24th, Thanksgiving week, one of my favorite days of the year. I always see Thanksgiving as a practice day, as a way to practice an attitude of gratitude that determines our altitude, a day to practice gratitude and thankfulness and appreciation, and taking a risk, expressing that appreciation to those we care about and let them know how much they mean to us and how thankful we are for their presence in our lives. And so it's a wonderful, wonderful day and week to be specific about that, but also get into the thankfulness habit. One of my mentors years ago, he was a chiropractor, still practicing in Long Island, Dr. Izzo, and he had on the back of his business card, "Be thankful," as a reminder for folks to really step into that place of appreciation that amplifies life. So we are ultra honored, and as always, please put your questions on our watch page or our Zoom chat. And super honored to have one of the literally the founders of the wellness movement. Dr. John Travis is a physician, master's in public health. Our topic today is full spectrum wellness. Dr. Travis is a physician and author of co-author of several wonderful books, which we're going to tell you about. And he is co-founder of the Alliance for Transforming the Lives of Children, which is doing amazing work in families, and also co-founder of Connected Couples, Thriving Families. So we are just delighted to have him with us today. A little bit more on Dr. Travis. He completed his medical training in Boston, specialized in preventative medicine at Johns Hopkins University, while serving for 6 years as a commissioned officer in the United States Public Health Service. He then founded the very first wellness center in the United States, which was in Mill Valley, California, back in 1975, when I was 6. And he co-authored the best-selling Wellness Workbook, which has been in print for over 40 years. It's in its 4th edition. And then he published the Wellness Inventory. After that, he shifted in 1992 his focus to infant wellness, co-founding the Alliance for Transforming the Lives of Children, which addressed natural childbirth, full-term breastfeeding, and attachment parenting, which I'm thankful to say my kids' mom and I practiced all 3 of those things with great gusto. So I was really delighted that Dr. Travis was one of the first advocates for that wonderful approach to parenting. He has, we could spend the whole hour on his many accomplishments, but we want to hear from him himself, and we are just delighted and honored to have Dr. John Travis. Whatever platform you're on, please give Dr. Travis a warm Mondays with Michael welcome. John, so good to be with you. Thanks for being with us today.
Oh, good to be here, Michael. And we've connected.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, so thankful.
and
Thanks to one of our faculty, Pam Levin,
yeah,
has known John for, I think, decades, I think if I remember correctly.
more
And
like 50 years.
like 50
Yeah,
years. Okay.
and
That
I
that can
pronounced her Pam Levin, but I'm not sure
Levin, I'm sorry. Yeah.
these days. I never
I
actually have to
probably have
say
it wrong.
it.
Well, you've got, 47 years on me of knowing her. So I'm sure you're correct. So Pam Levin, one of our faculty here at the Institute, connected John and I. Very thankful for that. We had a wonderful conversation, found out how many things we have in common, from attachment parenting to men's work to just a practical approach to spirituality. And just delighted to have you with us today, John.
Oh, my pleasure.
So,
So,
for folks who are a little less familiar with you and your work, if you could just give us a little bit of an arc of your story and how you came to be doing this incredible work that you've been doing in the world.
well, actually, a picture's worth 1,000 words at least, and
Hmm.
I prefer using pictures. So,
Sure, sure.
I have two different presentations, one about my
Great.
adult wellness work
Yes.
uh, that was done starting in about 71, 72 when I
Yes.
stumbled on the book, High
Wow.
Level Wellness, and then when I got into infant wellness. So why don't we go to
Sure. And
the
that
slide
was
here?
after you completed your medical training, is that right?
Yes, it was during
Wow.
my preventive medicine residency
Oh, wow.
that
Okay.
it started. And
Amazing.
there we
I think you were
go.
sharing with me, John, the term wellness was sort of new at that time. It's
Actually,
so
the
much
word, no, it was high level wellness was
high level
new.
wellness. Okay.
Halbert Dunn, I'll get into that with the book.
Oh, great.
Um, but the term wellness actually dates from the 1650s.
Oh, wow.
So no one had
Okay.
ever, and it was spelled wheelness, W-E-A-L,
Oh,
uh,
wow.
in those
Incredible.
days. Yeah.
Did not know that.
So I don't know how to make this more full screen. Oh, click to,
Oh, yeah. I'll show you. If you take your mouse, you see that slider at the bottom? Go to the left of that, and there's a little like a little screen. Click on that thing right
oh,
there.
that's, oh, that's the PowerPoint.
It is. Yeah, just
I
click on
wasn't
that and
sure it
you'll
was
go full
still in
screen.
there. Okay,
Oh,
now,
what a great shot.
but I'm seeing your picture and my picture covering the left third of the screen. Is there a way to get rid of that?
Let
So
me see if that, because I'm seeing it pretty, let me try
we're
this.
doing technical stuff here on the start.
Well, it's a live show, John, so it's just how it goes sometimes. So it's okay. Let me see. It's showing up pretty good on my end. Maybe folks can type in the chat. Are you seeing Dr. Travis's PowerPoint and our photos without any overlap? Folks can just type right in the chat.
We
And
have
oh,
a,
looks like we've got it just fine. So it looks like you're good to go there, John.
okay, well, I can't see the left third of my screen, but I'm
Oh,
trusting that,
okay. So that's how it's displaying on your end. Okay.
yeah,
So let's see if we can do something
there's
about.
usually a collapse button that makes it go away,
Well,
but
yeah, there is actually at the top of our little our faces. There should be a minimize button
yeah,
that
that's
was.
what I was looking for, but I don't see
Okay.
it.
All right.
Uh,
Let's see. Ba, ba, ba.
maybe
How?
it's under view.
Yeah, try view. You can
I
try
don't
to
even,
minimize. You can also try to squish, click on the little bar to the left of our pictures and squeeze it over to one side
yeah,
or
I
move
tried
the whole
that
thing.
first. Nothing is making it go away.
Well, you can also drag it to the right. If you click on the top of that video box with us and drag it all the way to the opposite side of the screen. That might help.
Oh, you know what it was? Is the Zoom bar was covering it.
Oh, okay.
And now I'll get rid of the Zoom bar. Good old Zoom.
Good old Zoom.
Uh, I'll put that on the bottom and I've got a full picture. Hooray.
All right, well done.
So I like to warn people that I raise more questions than I answer.
That's a good thing.
And I have some credos that I live by that I think we teach what we need to learn, and I'm busy learning it still.
That's great. Well,
Uh,
I was just having dinner with my daughter the other night, John, and instead of saying, what did you learn today, which I'll sometimes ask, in school, she's a junior in high school. I said, well, what questions did you ask today? And so at least I got her thinking like, oh, I should be asking questions in school.
So, and I also think that our gifts come from our wounds. It's
Hmm.
often we focus on the wounds instead of the gifts are the commitments that come out of what we're find as quotes negative in our life.
Yes.
And lastly, uh, I missed one here. Yep, I'm all right. Okay, my goal today is
Yeah.
to contrast what I call the treatment paradigm with the wellness paradigm. The treatment
Hmm.
paradigm is fixing things, and it's important when you have things that need fixing, but there's another whole way of looking at it, which is the wellness paradigm. And that's my goal is to give you an idea of what that is.
Wonderful.
But firstly, who am I and why? Why would you want to listen to me? So I'll do a little rundown of what
Oh,
led.
cute kid there, John.
Well, my dad was a doctor and a
Hmm.
country doctor in Ohio.
Wow.
He did surgery, he fit glasses, he delivered
Hmm.
babies, he
Hmm.
dispensed his own medicine. You name it, he did it. He did 16 house calls in one day during an epidemic. And um, so his patients would ask me when they come to the house, which wasn't that uncommon, like
Hmm.
after hours, you're going to be a doctor like your daddy when you grow up. And it wasn't hard to figure out
Oh,
the right answer to that question. And
interesting.
I saw the love and the affection that he got from his patients. So I thought,
Wow.
well, for reasons of being raised in the 40s, I wasn't getting much love and affection. None of us
Hmm.
did in those
Hmm.
days. So
Yep.
that was a big motivation to going into medicine. So,
Love the white shoes there, John. That's great. That's
well, I
great.
was a nerd. This is my high school science project. I made it to the state level
Wow.
that year. Then I went off to the College of Worcester. Uh,
Hmm.
I grew up in northwestern Ohio near Lima, the little town of Bluffton, and then
Hmm.
Worcester was 100 miles to the east. Then I went on to Tufts Medical. I'd never heard of Tufts, and but I thought Boston would be an interesting
Yeah, great
experience.
school. Wow.
Yeah, this is the new building. They were driving the piles for it. We were in a converted clothing factory, and for our boards, we had to listen to this pile driver night and day. Um, but uh, it was we were in they called it Tufts the School for Family Doctors, but it was not at that point. It
Oh.
was all specialization,
Hmm.
and I was a token WASP from the Midwest. Most of
Yep.
the guys were cutthroat East Coast folks,
Hmm.
um, and so that was a struggle. Then I went to
John,
San Francisco to
can
do
I
my
just jump in
intern.
there for a sec, John,
Sure.
if you don't mind? There was this, the family doc, and then this move towards kind of hyper specialization, make money in a specialty kind of thing, get rich in your niche, that sort of thing, moving away from family medicine. Are you seeing today, in recent years, a shift of more towards family practice, or is it still like find your specialty?
I don't know. I don't think there's that much of a shift, though
Okay.
a friend of mine's daughter is doing a family practice residency.
Okay.
One of the first ones up in Santa Rosa,
Oh,
but
wow.
I'm not
Huh.
in that world enough to know what the
Right. Right. No,
statistics
that's
are.
that's cool. Just curious.
So I went out to San Francisco, fell in love with Mill Valley where I lived,
Oh,
and this
beautiful.
is the public health service hospital that was
Hmm.
shut down a few years after I did my internship, and abandoned for 20 years, and now it's a
Wow.
luxury condominium.
Wow.
But if I don't know if you can see my pointer, but there's odd
Yeah,
window here
I
between
can.
the two blocked out windows. That was
Yes.
a little room where I did my uh, patient intakes. And one
Wow.
night, Alex Green, who was a postal employee, we took
Hmm.
care of civil service, merchant marine, and Coast Guard. That was our
Wow.
population base
So,
and
John,
public
what
health.
what is a public health service hospital? I'm not familiar with the
Well,
term.
the U.S. Public Health Service is a uniform service, and it got my military obligation out of the
Hmm.
way because
Hmm.
Vietnam was big in the 70s.
Oh.
Um, and The three divisions are the Indian Health Service. I've forgotten the name of the one where they put family practice doctors in communities that are
Right.
underserved. And
Right.
then the hospital system, which no longer exists. There were six hospitals
Oh.
in the 70s, one in Boston, New Orleans, San Francisco, and Baltimore. And I
Hmm.
can't remember where the others were, but I went to the one in San Francisco for my internship.
Hmm.
And it was there that I had my transformation one
Hmm.
night in April of 1970. Alex Green, I went to do his workup, and the nurses said, he's meditating. And I said, what? You meditate in church? And
Oh.
so they fetched him out of the ward. There was
Huh.
like a 20-bed ward on the back. The windows on the left are in the ward. And in the process, he showed me a paper by Herb Benson on meditation, lowering blood pressure.
Hmm.
And Herb Benson was at Harvard
Yes.
in Boston, where I just come from, and they were lowering blood pressure with meditation. So
Hmm.
I did a crash course and actually one of the other interns was such a hippie, I avoided him because I thought he was too weird. But I thought, well, he might know what this is about. So I adopted him, and he gave me a crash course in things New Age, including meditation. And
Hmm.
that was what turned the corner for me from sick care. I already knew that uh, because I couldn't remember drug doses, um, it just felt wrong to be drugging people,
Hmm.
masking their symptoms instead of going deeper.
Right.
And But I didn't know what to do. I had just accepted a residency in preventive medicine at
Hmm.
Johns Hopkins, where they were using computers, which I loved. I was a electronics nerd,
Right. Right.
and that was the plan to go there after I finished my internship. So I did that, and
Right.
we'll move on here. I also was working at the Public Health Service Hospital in Baltimore.
Is that you?
But yep, that's me.
Oh, that's great. Wow. Now, in the
Yeah.
public health service hospitals, who were your patients?
Uh, Coast Guard, Merchant Marine, Civil
Oh,
Service. Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Okay. Great.
And uh, uh, so simultaneously, that was actually Brenda, our secretary, who posed with me. We were going over.
Hmm.
I've discovered bibliotherapy of
Oh,
prescribing the Angry Book to hypertensives who it actually lowered their blood pressure to learn about anger. There were almost none of the self-help books existed at that point.
wow.
It was just coming into play. And then I spent the first year getting a master's in public health down at the School of Public Health.
Okay.
And it was so boring. I'd go over to the medical bookstore where they had these interesting books. And one day I stumbled on the clearance table
Oh.
for $2, High Level Wellness by Halbert Dunn. It
Hmm.
was marked down from 2.95 to $2. You can actually see that on the
Yes.
bottom there.
Right.
And I thought wellness was a silly word, but he had a mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical dimensions to wellness, to
Hmm.
health. And
Hmm.
he used this term high level wellness. I later learned the word wellness had been around for since the 1600s, but
Right.
he founded the U.S. Department of Vital Statistics in 1935.
Wow.
Uh, and ran that department until as he reached retirement in the late 50s. He started
Hmm.
publishing these books, I mean, these articles in the Journal of Public Health and the AM JAMA, the AMA journal,
Hmm.
where he would describe this concept of high-level wellness. And then he gave talks on the radio from the Arlington, Virginia Unitarian Church that were
Oh.
transcribed into the book. The book is actually
Oh.
29 chapters of his 29 talks.
So
And
I'm just seeing here, John, a high-level wellness defined by the author as an integrated method with which the individual is capable. I'm sorry, integrated method of functioning, which is oriented towards maximizing the potential of which the individual is capable within the environment where he is functioning.
yep, good old Halbert. And I thought he looked kind of grim. I thought he needed an enema or something. It turns out he had Bell's palsy, and that's why he
Ooh.
looked so grim.
Hmm.
I later, my colleague Don Ardell went to meet his widow. I actually lived within 20 miles of him and never thought it was going to amount to anything when I was in
Oh,
Baltimore.
had you met him?
I never met him. No, I
Okay.
regret that. But Don Ardell met his widow shortly after
Oh,
he died. He died the same month I opened the wellness center. Uh,
wow.
and I discovered that it was going to be a part of my life.
Hmm.
So, amazing guy. But Don was given copies of all of his papers and four eulogies in which I discovered that he was a fun-loving guy and life of the party, and I got a whole
Wow.
look at
You,
who he was.
you wouldn't get that from the photo.
Nope, nope. So that was the biggest breakthrough for me. I had the
Wow.
opening on the back office in the Public Health Service building, and then
Hmm.
uh, with Halbert. So uh, that led to my cooking up a illness wellness continuum. This is an early crude version that I did with
Sure.
press-on letters and
Yeah.
uh,
Okay.
a typewriter. I later got a graphic artist to redo it in this form,
Hmm.
and then we did a color version. And
Hmm. Wow.
I'm going to be explaining this a little later, so you'll get to
Sure.
see what it's all about. And as I finished up my residency and was working out what I was going to do, was I really going to start a wellness center. I actually talked to the Public Health Service people about it in about 73, 74,
Okay.
and they thought it was a great idea, but they weren't interested in funding it. So I started it on my own. And at the same time, I came up with a idea for a wellness inventory of
Oh.
questions that looked at lifestyle rather than at symptoms. And it went through three different paper editions here. We
Wow.
sold maybe 100,000 copies or more, don't even
Wow.
know. Um, and then it was computerized, and that's how
Hmm.
it exists now. So, and we'll come back to what that wheel is later. So, during my residency, I became a father, and it was
Oh.
uh, something I wasn't ready for, and I knew it, but it was that or divorce. So I
Yep.
reluctantly went along with it, which led to the later work of how having children destroys most families in
Hmm.
nuclear families, that it
Hmm.
takes 3.87 adults per infant to meet everybody's needs. So do the math.
Hmm.
So
Is that your child there?
yeah, that was my daughter Hannah, and there she
Oh.
is. We went down from Baltimore to the
Oh,
uh,
wow.
tidal basin. That's the Jefferson Memorial in the background, and
Yes.
the springtime cherry blossoms. We walked
Hmm.
along there.
Great shot.
Yeah, and then things deteriorated fairly rapidly
Hmm.
for reasons I only discovered 40 years later.
Oh.
Uh, and unfortunately, we separated when she was two, and then I moved back to California, which we had always planned to do, but my um, wife wanted to stay in Baltimore and get a master's in social work.
Hmm.
She later moved to Mill Valley when I moved to Costa Rica, so uh, my
Oh,
daughter and
okay.
I were separated for quite some time.
Hmm.
So in Mill Valley, I wound up getting an office in this old, it was Captain Black's home, and his 90-year-old widow fell off the roof cleaning the gutters.
Oh, no.
It came on the market, and a psychiatrist bought it and converted it into offices. And that's
Hmm.
where I had my office. Here's what it looks like today.
Oh, wow. And
Uh,
have you reconnected with your daughter since?
Yes, she still lives in Mill Valley, and I'm just a few miles north. But
Oh, okay.
we had a disagreement over vaccines, I
Oh
think,
boy.
and I've been summarily excommunicated for the last
Oh
5 years.
boy. Oh, sorry.
So anyway, more on that story later.
Yes.
So we had a sign out front, and I thought the word wellness was so weird. I wasn't sure I wanted to be associated with it. So
Huh.
I had two different offices, a small private office for my where I worked.
Yeah.
So I separated them so I could disavow myself if I needed to
Interesting.
later on.
That's such an
Um,
amazing thing, John. I mean, the word wellness is so ubiquitous. It's just part
yeah,
of the cultural lexicon.
it
It's so
it sure
deeply
wasn't
in.
in 1975. I'll
I
tell you
know.
that.
It's just I
Yeah,
didn't know that. I mean, that's just an amazing thing. I mean, where I am in Colorado, when you see wellness center, it's
yeah,
a cannabis store.
yeah, exactly. So here's the same sign 50 years later. A lawyer moved in, and
Oh,
one of our business consultants said, "You know, you guys are eventually going to not be able to afford the rent here, and lawyers are going to move in." And he was right.
oh, okay,
So I had the ceiling torn out of the room and made the
okay,
skylight and loft and tried to make it a
nice.
cozy place. And
Oh,
my
look at
brother and
that.
I sandblasted the painted Doug fir siding and got our lungs really contaminated with lead, I'm
Oh
sure.
boy.
But made this beautiful space. This was
Oh,
one of our
it's
lifestyle evolution groups. And
wow. Is that you in the
I'm
vest?
in the center, yeah, in the vest. Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
yeah.
Wow.
So
That looks pretty 70s, I
yeah.
have to say.
The guy there with a receding hairline under the neckties, that was my art piece called All Tied Up. I took all my neckties and made a weaving out of them. And anyway, that's Roy Raymond, who he and his wife founded Victoria's Secret, which they were
Oh,
running at this time, and
wow.
it was causing problems in their marriage.
Yeah, that was kind of a tragic story with him.
Yeah, he anyway, they sold it and moved
Yep.
on. I'm his wife, Gay, is still a close friend and
Oh,
totally with it on the vaccine uh,
oh, good. She woke
religion,
up.
and we
Yep.
stay in touch.
Oh,
Uh,
good.
I started off, I thought I was going to have a little practice with me and a part-time biofeedback practitioner,
Oh,
Linda there.
is that
Uh,
you?
no, that's my friend Kenneth Maui, who
Okay.
showed up and showed an interest, and he was doing Bates vision work.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he needed a place to do that, so he'd use the office and in turn helped with some of the management stuff, ultimately
Okay.
hiring staff.
Yep.
So um, around the same time, I got a lot of publicity that I never expected. I
Wow.
had an article in Prevention that generated 1,000 letters, mainly from nurses
Oh,
asking how they could get their doctor to show an interest in wellness, which was
wow.
pretty much a lost cause in those days. Um,
Great photo. Love the 70s outfit. That was great.
And I encountered George Leonard, who had been a
Oh,
senior
sure.
editor at Look and was had moved to Mill Valley and was just starting his Aikido practice and then his
Oh, yeah.
energy training. And he wrote me up in the New West magazine, which is
Hmm.
like the second edition. And then Tom Ferguson, who started Medical Self-Care magazine, got me in the AMA journal, the New Physician.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
I'd actually published an article in that when I was a senior in medical school on the overwhelming amount of data. This was 1969
Wow.
that was flooding doctors with too much information in 1969.
Oh,
Had no
wow.
idea where that was going to go.
Yeah. Oh, and
And
is that you in the photo there?
it is, and this is the famous cigarette picture that I was holding a big pen, but it looks like a cigarette.
And you shaved.
Yeah. And our staff eventually reached 13, and I burned out,
Wow.
and Um, that's me
Wow.
in the back there.
That's great. So you were doing patient care or more group work or
Well, we called them clients. They
right,
signed an agreement that I would not treat, diagnose, or prescribe.
right?
But if they needed treatment, they had to get it from a treatment practitioner. I couldn't do both.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so we had Michael on the left there did the biofeedback.
Oh,
Bobby in the middle, with the hair looking down was my, uh, she was chief of staff. She did
okay.
nutrition. I found out, hired her as a secretary and found out she knew more nutrition than I did. And
Okay.
so
Well,
she,
actually, I was going to ask you that, John. So you were in medical school in the late 60s, is that right?
yes.
How much nutrition was in the curriculum?
Zero. In fact, during our freshman year, they because Tufts had a nutrition school up in Medford, the medical
Okay.
school was down in the combat zone of Boston,
Oh,
between
wow.
Chinatown and the combat zone.
Oh, wow.
And some students from the nutrition school gave us a survey that was used in their school on our nutritional knowledge when we
Hmm.
started out as freshmen or first year medical students. And they were going to
Yep.
do it again at the end of our training, but I think they gave up because we got nothing. And they knew that was going to happen. Um,
Okay.
anyway, I burned out after 9 years of running the center and
Hmm.
uh, encountered an Australian who came to our last workshop,
Hmm.
and we fell in love and moved to Costa Rica. Oh, I'll back up a
Oh.
second. This is at the same time we got a contract to write the wellness workbook. I'd done a
Oh.
self-published version on a three-ring binder, and we sold several thousand copies. But
Wow.
we got a contract with 10 Speed Press, and my writing was kind of boring and scientific. And I encountered Regina, who had the gift of gab, and between the two of us, we made readable text. So,
So is that your wife?
no, that is Regina Ryan, who is my co-author. I'll
Oh,
get to
okay.
my first wife isn't in here at all, but
Right.
my second wife is. Oh, and here's
Okay.
the first edition of the Wellness Workbook.
Wow.
And then near the end, when we closed the center, I was interviewed by Dan Rather for 60 minutes. And
Wow.
I will play that. I have to move
Sure.
the bar out of the way
There
here.
it is. Yep.
Wellness. Now, there's a word you don't hear every day. Noted for his work in this field, Dr. John Travis established a wellness program soon after finishing medical studies at Tufts and Johns Hopkins universities. Can you give me a definition of wellness?
It's recognizing that there's more to life than the absence of sickness. The health is simply not the absence of disease. It's an ongoing dynamic state of growth. Just because you aren't sick, you don't have any symptoms, and you could go get a checkup and get a clean bill of health, doesn't mean that you're well. It doesn't mean that you're going to prevent disease further down the line.
Wow.
Could you hear the
That's
sound?
great. That's
That,
great.
that opening line of wellness, now there's a word you don't hear every day, was true. We had to spell it on the phone. And uh, you could see my
Wow.
my attempt at a comb over there. So approaching. Anyway, at the same time, I met Marin Callender, and
Oh,
we uh, fell in love, moved to Costa Rica. Um, 12 years later is when we decided to breed. I didn't think I was ever going to have another kid again, but I learned about from Gene Lidloff's continuum concept,
yes.
what became attachment parenting.
Hmm.
So that's my now 32-year-old daughter when she was probably.
Wow. Wow.
So, but we moved to Costa Rica up in the mountains with a Quaker settlement of North Americans who moved there in the 50s,
Wow.
and learned how to live off grid. I took 3 solar panels with me,
Huh.
uh, and we it was cool up there, so we had wood fire and so forth.
Yep.
And that was a wonderful experience with the North American Quakers that were
Hmm.
a true community. I've been interested in community because I grew up in a small town in Ohio
Right.
and missed that. I've lived in 5 intentional communities since then and one
Wow.
unintentional one in
Okay.
Australia. The guy that started had no idea how to deal with community, and we had to deal with a lot of dysfunctional stuff.
Okay.
Moving on,
Huh.
we had 2 more editions of the workbook
Hmm.
in 88 and 2004.
Hmm.
And now I'm going to get into some of the material of
Yep.
full spectrum wellness, that there are three key concepts. The
Yep.
first one we've already seen a sneak preview of is the illness wellness continuum. And the left side of it is where the treatment paradigm lives.
Hmm.
And this continuum actually came from my mentor, Lewis Robbins, who founded the uh, idea of uh, health risk assessments. He
Oh,
called it the health hazard appraisal when I met
okay.
him.
Huh.
And I computerized it for the Public Health Service. They were doing these, you fill out a questionnaire, mail it in, they would calculate from tables what your risk of premature death was based on smoking, eating, overeating,
Hmm.
drinking, a lot of exercising. They do them on desk calculators and then with magic markers send back a report. I thought we could do this on a computer, and we had we had three CDC 1700 computers. Each one had 16 kilobytes of memory. That's so tiny.
Wait,
Um,
what year is this?
this is 71.
Oh, computers were just
Yeah,
brand new at
yeah.
that time.
And
Wow.
we were running a multiphasic health screening center where we would try to find out if it was worth the effort to do all this screening. And so
Hmm.
everything was computerized and we printed it out. So
Wow.
that's where I got my teeth cut. Also, I had done some programming as a medical student using
Hmm.
Bayes' theorem and diagnosing
Wow.
acute renal failure. Anyway, so this continuum actually comes from Louis Robbins, but it only goes up to a zero, a neutral point.
Hmm.
Oh, but the fundamental model of a treatment paradigm is what I call the pill fairy, where uh, fix
Wow.
me, doctor.
Right.
It could be pills, they could be acupuncture needles, they could be incantations, whatever. It's
Hmm.
still a model of parent-child where you don't take responsibility for your health. You
Hmm.
find someone to fix you.
Hmm. Oh, yeah.
I inject a little humor here.
Yeah, that's great.
So when I discovered that there were as many degrees of wellness as there are of illness,
Hmm.
beginning with education or awareness, then education and growth,
Hmm.
that gave me the impetus to come up with the idea of a wellness paradigm,
Hmm.
which functions on both sides of the continuum. The
Hmm.
treatment paradigm can only take you to the neutral point where there's nothing left to treat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But the wellness paradigm doesn't replace the treatment paradigm. It can work alongside it. And usually, uh, people aren't motivated to do wellness unless there's a problem. All of our clients either had illnesses, relationship problems, work problems, been fired or something like that. So
Right.
that's the impetus to get you. But then if you go beyond the neutral point
Right.
uh, to what Dunn called high level wellness.
So,
So,
John, just I'd love to get a sense of this. When you were seeing patients, clients rather,
mhm.
in your like first ever, wellness center, what were you doing with folks? Were you doing, labs and history and tests and
Labs,
what did it look
uh,
like?
no labs, but I had an extensive battery of questionnaires.
Okay.
I used the health hazard appraisal, as it was still called in those days, and we
Right.
mailed it to Baltimore for processing.
Oh.
Uh, I just put out the wellness inventory. We used the Holmes-Ray scale that measures life events where a score of over 300, you're likely to be ill. Um,
Hmm.
Divorce was the highest one on there's a whole
Yep.
scale of them. I had a computerized nutrition questionnaire that you mailed in to get the results printed out.
Huh.
Um, we measured their stress levels with EMG and temperature biofeedback.
Oh.
We I gave them a little uh, creativity test where they pick a sheet of colored construction paper, and I
Right.
gave them a sheet of these 3/4 inch Avery dots, and
Oh, yeah.
they'd have four different colors of dots, and I'd ask them to do something with the piece of paper.
Right.
And some people, like one guy, just put one dot in the center. Other people would
Okay.
go crazy, just making it, it was a little art project where they didn't have to draw or, show any talent. It was just what were they going to do with these dots?
Right.
And, there were probably a couple other things. Um, the I'm not remembering them that well right now.
And
They're all
yeah,
written up.
and in when it came to like what you did to help the person, you weren't prescribing much
At all.
at
Uh,
all. Wow. So what were the interventions, in that
well, biofeedback was the big one
Okay.
for stress reduction.
Yep.
We did nutrition counseling. Bobby did that. We
Hmm.
had a fitness coach who would take people out
Oh.
running. We did what I call the lifestyle evolution group, which was basically a TA group, but without pathology. We weren't
Hmm.
diagnosing or treating, but
What's a TA group?
transactional analysis
Oh,
was what
right.
I was trained
Right.
in, and reparenting with Jackie Schiff, and that's where I met Pam Levin.
Yes.
Uh, so I discovered you can use the transactional analysis. You don't have to have a diagnosis to use it to learn what games you play and the
Hmm.
parent-child relationships and so forth. Um, we did some intensives where people would come for a week and we just poured on and it was residential.
Hmm.
Uh, we started doing conferences for helping professionals. That was
Right.
another side. But basically counseling whatever issues they had.
Right.
Uh, and it was uh, 10, 12 sessions usually. Some people would stay longer. Uh,
Hmm.
it
So this is a
never,
lot of lifestyle medicine.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
amazing.
Lifestyle medicine actually it comes the closest in the medical model, though I think
Hmm.
that the positive psychology movement actually gets more into what we called wellness and what Dunn
Oh,
calls wellness
okay.
than than the medical model. The
Huh.
medical model, basically, the whole treatment model stole the word wellness in the 80s, and that's why
Huh.
you see it everywhere, but rarely is it uh, anything close to what Dunn had created. Um, Dunn's book, I forgot to say, I got mine for $2. I saw one on Amazon for $4,000. I don't know if it's sold or not.
Wow.
Um, Another one for $2,000. But occasionally they come on board, but there's a PDF that you can download. The
Okay.
RMIT University, where I taught in their Master in Wellness program in Melbourne, Australia, actually scanned it and you can download it as a PDF.
Okay.
Um, so here we've pretty well covered the illness wellness continuum,
Right.
but no, we haven't actually. I want to contrast the two models, how you've seen the wellness paradigm,
Hmm.
which is the relationship rather than a parent-child pill fairy. It's two
Hmm.
flyers here. The coach, this was before coaching was a profession.
Right. Right. Right.
Bobby was the first wellness coach,
Oh,
but
wow.
we didn't. We actually talked about coaching because they were using it in the what was called EST in those days.
Oh, yeah. Had you done that?
Yeah, I did it in 76,
Wow.
because some of my clients were talking about it, and I thought I've got to find out what this is.
What'd you
Uh,
think?
it was powerful stuff, and the organization freaked me out. The the way they would come after you, but I had mixed feelings. It was very
Yeah.
powerful stuff and organizationally a little bit patriarchal, you might say.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Can I share with you an est story?
yes, yes.
Well, my one of my anthropology teachers in college was in the 70s a reporter for the Washington Post. And they're like, what is this est thing? Go do est as a reporter so you can write an article about it and tell people about what est is because it's a thing. And I'm just going to unshare for just a minute, John, and then we'll get back into your share if you're comfortable resharing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, So let me just do that and that. Okay. So so they send him off to California to do EST, and it's 2 days. They kind of break you down one day and then build you up the second day. Maybe I hadn't done it. Um, it's now a Landmark Forum, I think is the current iteration of it. Um, anyway, so they totally break you down. I mean, you went through it, so you know it a lot better than I do. But he's been broken down to nothing. Ego destruction. They just all of this intense, you know, uh, confrontational sort of ego destruction stuff. And so he's completely spent after like spending all day under a light bulb or whatever it was that they did. I kind of forgot how he
Not,
described it.
not under a light bulb, but you're in a room with 200 people in rows in
Oh, wow.
the leader up front, and it's not
Okay.
nearly as bad as they make it sound.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
big deal was you couldn't go to the bathroom. Well, you couldn't go during just any time, but they had bathroom breaks. So if you're
Sure.
smart, you'd use the bathroom break.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, he's done the breakdown part. Oh God, looks like we got a little camera problem here. Let me fix that. So he does the breakdown day, and then he's laying in bed that night, completely exhausted, spent, just and and there's a knock on the door, and they said, Your editor just called. There's been this big, this tragic event, and you're the nearest reporter to this event. I forgot what it was. It was a crash or something bad happened in that part of California, wherever that was, Esalen. And he was the nearest asset they had of a Washington Post reporter. So you have to leave right away. So he never got built up, or whatever the part two is, he never got. So he was joking about it. He said, "Well, that explains a lot, that sort of thing." But he had to run off and report on this bad thing that happened, and never got the completion of the S training. That was it.
Well, uh, I think that's an exaggeration of breaking you down. I mean, occasionally some people would break down, but I would say
Okay.
my ego survived pretty well. And
Okay.
to this day,
Okay.
I think the ultimate hypocrisy is thinking you can actually get rid of an ego. It's
Right.
becoming aware of it is useful, but
Yes. Yes. Well, anyway, I'm glad you did it and had a good
and then
experience.
I actually got involved later on when the forum it reemerged as the forum, and I did their um, for it's the advanced course, uh,
Hmm.
the seminars, and the seminar led to my having a second child. Uh,
Oh.
the woman who was leading it and her daughter, it was a lot of things. And then there was a 3-month long course called the SELP,
Oh.
Self-Expression and Leadership Program. And you had to do a project in that program.
Huh.
And the Alliance for Transforming the Lives of Children that we'll talk about later was my
Yeah.
project. And
Oh.
it was
Wow.
interesting. Several of us in that group were then later part of it. So I,
Wow.
I found it very useful
Great.
and not always fun or pleasant, but
Right. Right.
very
Growth.
helpful. I then got involved with the Pathwork, which is very heartful
Oh.
in Virginia.
Okay.
So the combination of those two. So
Great.
shall we resume?
Yeah, please.
Okay. And I gotta figure out how to get rid of these things. I think, yeah. Okay, so I've got the Zoom bar covering up
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Yeah, that's should be movable.
Yeah, I got it moved. Okay, so
Okay.
we're looking at a coaching relationship, but later, and Werner started using the term coach,
Oh,
and Bobby had actually worked with Werner on his houseboat in Sausalito. They
wow.
never were at Esalen. They did the seminars at the Jack Tar Hotel in San Francisco and in
Oh.
places in LA and Sacramento.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Always in a hotel in a
Right.
one of these horrible rooms that
I know them well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So she actually we knew the word coaching, but it was only within Landmark at that point. And
I
didn't
see.
catch on. So moving on here. To contrast them, they
Hmm.
look like this. And
Yep.
now it isn't where you are on the continuum, but what direction you're headed. This is another way of
Hmm.
looking at it.
Hmm.
So the runner looks kind of glum and running out of fear.
Yeah.
I like the artist's little touch here, putting the vulture on top of the
That is a nice touch.
I don't remember who drew that, but so that covers the probably what I'm best known for, the illness wellness continuum. It's been
Yes.
reprinted in textbooks all around the world, and
Wow.
it's uh, been ripped off in a lot of different ways.
Sure, sure.
Second key concept is what I call the iceberg, and we know that the bulk of the iceberg is underwater.
Mm-hmm.
The tip of the iceberg is our state of health. If it's diseased or healthy,
Hmm.
there you'll see it. But what's underneath, the first layer is the lifestyle or the behavioral level.
Hmm.
But below that is the psychological and motivational level of
Okay.
what's behind
It's 11 o'clock.
behaviors. And my apologies, my computer reminds me to stand up every hour. And
Oh, nice.
but going still deeper, there's almost you could call it a spiritual level, the
Hmm.
meaning and being, finding meaning, being.
Hmm.
So, this is a fairly simple model, but it's important to recognize these different layers.
Yes.
Now, the most complex one is what I call the wellness energy system that gets converted into a wheel. And it's going to start
Hmm.
off here with if the human in the center is an energy processing system, we
Hmm.
take in three forms of energy from food, the green arrow, from breathing oxygen, which we combust with our metabolism, converting ADP into ATP.
Yep.
And then there's a third kind of energy that we get through our senses.
Hmm.
We get thermal warmth. A lot of infrared radiation is crucial to surviving. Uh,
Hmm.
then there's the non-physical ones of love and attention and connection, all of the many forms of energy that we're only beginning to discover. And the bad forms, like all the EMF from the cell towers and Wi-Fi,
Yes.
so forth. So those are the three forms, and we process them and convert them into outputs of energy. And the first one is at about 3 o'clock, the yellowish one, where we move.
Hmm.
We have muscles to move our bodies. We move our blood through our circulatory system. We move electrical nerve impulses. Well, that's actually another one here. The brain is where feelings occur, although the gut as well.
Hmm.
Feelings and thinking, these require a lot of energy,
Hmm.
20% of it used by the brain, but the whole body. Um, Moving on, we have playing and working, which are activities.
Hmm.
Then we have communicating, which is the complex, verbal and nonverbal forms of communication. And then intimacy or connection. Uh,
Hmm.
Finding meaning is a uniquely human, um, as far as we know,
Right.
activity. And then the spiritual dimension, which we call transcending.
Hmm.
So those are all done in the context of self-responsibility and love, the
Hmm.
1 12 o'clock.
Right. Beautiful.
So transitioning that model into a wheel,
Hmm.
the wellness wheel, here are the same 12 areas, which are the 12 chapters of the wellness workbook and the 12 areas of the wellness inventory and the wellness index.
Hmm.
So there's a questionnaire that helps you rate where you are in each of those areas.
Hmm.
And then, as I said, there's a whole chapter in the wellness workbook. And the wellness inventory, which automatically does the scoring for you.
Hmm.
and ultimately you wind up with your own wheel, which
Oh.
is important. How balanced is it? Is it going to roll smoothly down a hill or go clunk, thunk, and
Hmm.
stop somewhere? This was actually one of mine early on,
Hmm.
and the usually the lowest one is moving, the fitness component, and
Okay.
mine was down there.
Sure.
Now, if we look at energy with a model of a water system, like how energy moves through the system, you have an input on the left, and in this case it's empty, so the pipe is dry and there's no output.
Hmm.
That's one kind of problem. You can have a blockage in the pipe where your body isn't
Hmm.
processing things well. You've got plenty of good input, but a contaminated output, or
Hmm.
no output. Uh, the contamination is the third possible problem,
Hmm. Hmm.
where garbage in equals garbage out.
Yeah.
So that's a simplistic way of looking at what could go wrong. Now,
Yes.
this is actually an earlier model from the second edition of the Wellness Workbook, but I prefer it for this purpose. But to show the problems that can evolve, this is the third energy system from the third
Yes.
edition of the book. Here we have the same three inputs, the too much food and too little breathing, the red, uh, results in obesity.
Hmm.
Also dampens feelings. So the outputs, if we start with uh, number, well, we have too much food there, number two. Number one was too little breathing. Number three is where um, feelings and thoughts are uh, conflated.
Hmm.
We'll
Okay.
say, I feel that that in a feeling, that's a judgment.
Yep.
Uh, So making that distinction is very important.
Hmm.
Uh, Number four down there in the lower, about 7 o'clock, there's a
Right.
blockage and it's a bulge as a result.
Hmm.
That's the blockage below it. Number five at 5 o'clock, maybe there's too much energy expressed in that channel,
Okay.
blow people away, and communication is poor. Or
Right.
the opposite, up at 11 o'clock, number six, where there's too little expression of the energy and it gets wafts off into nothingness.
Right.
So how does all of this interact with an environment? Our energy systems of all of the creatures and even so-called non-living entities, we don't know. There's various ideas on how conscious rocks are, but
Right. Right.
uh, we're in this constant state of interaction with our own issues that are
Right.
expressed there with the blockages and uh, too much or too little and
Hmm.
everything around us. So that's how the wellness energy system
Wow.
explains how we live in the world, and that
Yes.
illness results from these blockages. Uh,
Hmm.
as I mentioned, obesity with too much food and too little breathing.
Right.
You can imagine lots of different things arising in our body because it's not in balance.
Hmm.
So it took me 40 years to realize that I could summarize all my work in 6 words.
Wow. Hmm.
And I heard someone just, I wish I knew who to credit with this quote, but
Yep.
we are
Wow.
44th in infant mortality.
Hmm.
We have the most chronic disease of any industrialized nation. Uh,
Right.
the Maha Project Kennedy's started
Yep.
is addressing this.
Yep.
Uh, it's pretty clear that vaccines are a big part of it, as the
For
unpublished,
sure.
the inconvenient study is proven after 9
Yes.
different studies. We'll talk about that more later, but that
Great.
my second daughter was unvaccinated, born at home underwater
Oh, great.
with a midwife, and
Excellent.
so wrapping up here. on the subject of connection, we're mammals and we need to have contact.
Mm, yes. Oh, great photo. Hmm.
The normal breastfeeding period is between 4 and 7 years.
Really?
Yeah, that
You mean historically in kind of
yeah,
ancestral cultures?
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And I discovered that with my second daughter, who did nurse until she was 5. Wasn't
Mm,
getting any milk, but it's the comfort. And
right.
it gave me an appreciation for our oral needs that are largely unmet and why smoking and drinking and overeating are so rampant.
Oh,
If we got
okay.
our oral needs met,
Yep.
we would have a whole different uh, way of life. And there are
Mm,
creative ways of making contact.
yes.
Uh, then I stumbled on this book. Actually, it was a board member of our nonprofit who kept telling me, you got to read the continuum concept. And
Mm.
finally, I did. Got depressed for 2 weeks, realized what I had not gotten. And I
Wow.
had a library copy of the first edition, and Gene Liedloff added a foreword saying, why not to be depressed that you weren't the only person in Western civilization to get your needs met? And
Mm.
because my phenomenon was not unusual. So
Mm.
I got to know Jean Liedloff when we had our second daughter. She
Oh.
lived in Sausalito, and we had her come up to Mendocino and do a workshop, all day
Mm.
long workshop. And I used to visit her on her houseboat, and I actually interviewed her for my oral history of wellness, which is
Oh.
another little project that hopefully will be launched early next year with the Global Wellness Institute. I've
Oh,
interviewed
great.
140 different people that
Wow.
most of them were people that influenced me and their journeys, and uh, wanted to capture them before they died, and a number of them have since then. So this is the segue into my second career, which we can get to in a few minutes. But there's
Sure.
an epilogue. Last year, Ken Pelletier sent me, and he had interviewed me in 1974, I think, when I'm
Mm.
still in Baltimore for his Mind is Healer, Mind is Slayer. And
Mm.
he's one of the few holistic docs who didn't buy the vaccine religion, I discovered.
Oh, good.
And he sent me this link to this book. It was actually a BBC web page about this book, which cited my work at the Wellness Center 200 times.
Oh,
And
wow.
the subtitled How the 70s Lost Its Mind and Taught Us to Find Ourselves. He
Mm.
credits us with exploring this idea of self-responsibility.
Wow.
And we're thrown in with Esalen and Primal Scream guy, what's his name?
Oh, okay.
A number of other things that were going on in the 70s.
Yes.
But I never expected to get that kind of acknowledgement 50 years
Mm.
later. He
Right.
wasn't even born when we had the center, but his parents were hippies.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's a professor at Cambridge University, a sweet guy.
Okay.
And
Right.
so that concludes the adult wellness aspect of full spectrum wellness. And I will
Excellent.
stop. Oh, you got it stopped. Good. So it'd be a good time to entertain questions. And
Yeah, let's see what we got. Let's take a look. I'll also check on our watch page, see if anything came in. So we have, let's see. Um, all right. Oh, we have a chat with who met Werner Erhard in 1979 at Muktananda's ashram, and I made him a dosa at this, I guess, this Indian ashram. That's pretty cool.
oh, Werner's still at it. He moved into corporate work, and I read up on him occasionally, and
Okay.
he hasn't quit.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Wow. Let's see. No, that was it. No questions just yet.
Well, as I said, I've hoped to raise more questions than I answer. So
Yes. Yes. Well,
I'm
encourage folks to
a
jump in.
failure.
Don't be shy. Put your questions in for Dr. Travis in our watch page or our Zoom chat. And we have a wonderful opportunity to connect with literally one of the earliest founders of the wellness movement, which we all are kind of take for granted. But it came from somewhere, and part of that somewhere was Dr. Travis and his work.
I want to mention, because he isn't in the slideshow, but a key thing when I first moved back to Mill Valley and they hadn't finished the building yet. I was working out of a part-time psychiatrist's office 2 days a week
Yes.
with biofeedback, was Richard Shamas, who interned at the same hospital I did 2 years later,
Hmm.
started the Holistic Health and Nutrition Institute in Mill
Hmm.
Valley.
Oh, wow.
And I went to a workshop one night where no, actually, I gave a workshop and I
Okay.
met Don Ardell,
Right.
who was running the Bay Area Health Planning Agency. And
Hmm.
he had read Dunn's book,
Hmm.
only other person I'd encountered who'd read the book. And we
Hmm.
hit it off. He subsequently dropped out of, or resigned and got a PhD in wellness at Union Seminary.
Hmm.
And I was on his faculty. And
Right.
he then wrote a book that Rodale published as also high level wellness, an
Oh,
alternative to doctors, drugs, and disease.
okay.
Uh, which did a lot to get the word out. Uh, he was doing workshops. He's an extrovert, I'm an introvert. So without him, probably I never would have been heard of.
Hmm.
He promoted our work. He did that article in Prevention magazine that I've showed
Okay.
you a while ago.
Yes.
And he was traveling all over the country talking up wellness. And he
Hmm.
still does. He has a newsletter and a website. So good old Don Ardell.
Hmm.
And then the National Wellness Institute,
Right.
which uh, they stumbled on our work and adopted the word wellness too.
Oh,
Uh, and they would meet in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, and on the campus, the University of Wisconsin. Um, and it was like summer camp. It was wonderful. For 20 years, we had these meetings every summer, and we'd meet up with people and give presentations and play. It was fantastic until it kind of wound down in the
okay.
90s, and they moved it up to Minneapolis because people could fly in better. And
Right.
uh, us old guard were kind of fading out, and the youngsters
Uh,
wanted a more, they flip. And
yes.
they still do the conferences, but it's lost the heart that we had. And I
Okay.
met many, many friends. It was the good old days. So
Yes.
we got any questions yet?
Let's take a look. Oh, let's see. Where did this is from one of our this is from our functional medicine certification program graduates, a holistic nurse, an RN in Nebraska, is asking where did the statistical data come from about 3 children to 1 parent?
No, it's 3.8 adults per infant to meet
Oh,
one's needs, and 90% of all statistics are made up. And this is,
okay.
I made it up. But if you look at traditional relationships and extended families,
Yes.
I've seen 4 as a figure, but I thought the 3.86 was a little catchier and easier to remember.
So you're saying, kind of it takes a village. It
Exactly.
takes,
Yeah.
okay.
We'll get into that in the second presentation. And
And then Amy's also asking, do you find the same data about families not connecting in the USA as in other parts of the world?
well, I'm guessing that the industrialized English speaking countries where we got it,
Right?
from the English stiff upper lip, are similar. I live in Australia and it's very similar there.
Oh,
But living in California, if you see a Mexican family in a Mexican restaurant, it's
right?
a whole different animal. The
Yes.
dad's playing with the kids, the family is all talking. When I lived in
Right.
Costa Rica, we would ride a bus down from the mountain to San Jose,
Hmm.
and all the ticos, as they call themselves, would be having a party on the bus, and the gringos would just be sitting there reading their books or whatever, maybe talking to a seatmate, but totally
Oh,
different,
wow.
connected culture, totally
Wow.
different. Um,
Wow.
yeah, it's very much an English phenomenon, I think. And
Interesting. Yeah, I guess all of this technology and what I call anti-social media
Yeah.
screens and all of this really hasn't helped. And
Yeah.
yeah, they're talking now about in more integrative functional type medicine circles about uh, diseases of despair, diseases of
Yeah.
loneliness or lack of social connection,
Yeah.
being, a massive contributor to most of what we're seeing today, including, I was speaking at a medical conference in Long Beach, California. They brought me in to teach medical doctors about herbs. And I was in the shuttle on the way from the airport to the conference, and there was another Colorado doctor there who was very excited and talking excitedly with her new friend. And I said, "What are you talking about?" She said, "Well, a study just came out about how participating in some type of group, didn't really matter what the group was, but being part of a group at least twice a month reduced your cardiovascular morbidity, mortality by 40%." And I said, "Well, that's a lot better than statins." And she said, "You're right. And this is exciting stuff, kind of like, encouraging for cardiovascular health, encouraging people to, be, connected and part of a group on a regular basis."
Well, that's interesting. I didn't mention this, but for my own needs, I said I was interested in intensive or intentional communities. I've
Yes.
also started once we had when we founded the Alliance for Transforming the Lives of Children, we had
Yes.
phone bridges in those days. We did
Oh,
10,000 hours of work.
oh,
About 4,000 of it was 13 of us on the phone a couple times a month as we crafted the documents that I'm going to show in a bit.
right.
And now with Zoom, I started, well, it was actually on the phone bridge, the connection, the CCC, which
Okay.
were all of the people I knew out of the Alliance that were interested in attachment and connection. And
Hmm.
we've been meeting for 6 years,
Oh,
monthly.
wow.
Suzanne Arms is now the mother of that group. I'll talk about her later. She was a co-founder with the Alliance. And
Yes.
then with the onset of COVID, and I want to mention early on, I think it was Kennedy and through CHD
Right.
was saying, it talked about deaths from despair. They
Yes.
pointed out the statistics of what happens with the death rate when there's a massive shutdown of a depression or whatever. And they were showing that the shutdown was going to cause more deaths than
It
COVID.
did. It absolutely did.
Yeah.
100%.
And so early on, I escaped Australia by a nick of my whatever.
Oh, hair of
Uh,
your chinny chin chin.
yeah, because they shut down the national borders, and I live in New
Oh,
South Wales, and the airport was in Brisbane to get to
oh,
Sydney.
wow.
And I actually got to Sydney, and they blocked me from leaving, but because I showed my Australian passport, which that
Wow.
prevented Australians from leaving the country.
Mm,
But I managed to, with my American passport, get to LA 2 days later,
mm.
and was shocked
Oh, Australia was brutal. I
oh yeah,
mean, yeah.
particularly Victoria. Where I lived
Oh,
is bad, but Victoria was really bad. So I got involved with CHD early on and uh, Children's Health Defense for people that don't know it, and
yes.
also a friend who I'd worked with in the anti-circumcision work uh,
Okay.
showed me a wonderful book on vaccines that preceded Turtles All the Way Down, written by a Russian Israeli,
Oh,
uh, an engineer whose wife was a doctor, and he
hmm.
had 2,000 references in this book.
So this wasn't Schoenfeld then.
No, no,
Okay.
this was about vaccines,
Yeah.
and I had not vaccinated my second daughter.
Well done.
I thought I'd probably do polio and tetanus later on,
Sure,
uh,
sure.
before I found out how bad they are.
Right, right,
Anyway,
right.
that led to my building the vaccinefacts.info website from his
Oh, good.
book, where the COVID vaccines hadn't come out yet, but I knew who was making them. And so I go through with 10 true false questions about vaccines that you have to take
Mm.
as an opening. And once you've gotten your score, then you can access why these are true or not true.
Oh, wow.
That's what I did that first year of COVID.
Huh.
And I want to update it. It's needs to
Yes.
have the inconvenient study added and so forth.
Yes.
I attempted to go into the whole COVID thing later on, but it was overwhelming. So it's actually,
Mm.
at this point, it's ideal for parents considering vaccination
Yes.
to a childhood schedule. As a result of this, though, I was feeling overwhelmed, and I was talking to, I'd gotten to know Bill Kauth, who founded the
Oh,
Mankind Project,
yes.
and we'd visited him. He got into building communities after he left the Mankind Project.
Oh, okay.
And he published a book called We Need Each Other, and he did a tribe training.
Hmm.
And my partner and I went up and did the 5-day training, got to know
Hmm.
him better, and we started our own tribe here in our retirement community,
Okay.
where we dealt with shadow issues and so forth.
Wow.
And then COVID came along, and that all fell apart.
Okay.
Most of them bought the vaccine religion, and
Yes.
I was a crazy nutcase, even though I have a master's in public health and
Right.
all that.
Oh, I was going to ask you about that. Back when you were in at the Hopkins MPH program, was it the way it is today, where everything is about vaccines?
Well, not, it wouldn't, the vaccines is more the medical side of it and pediatrics. I They break it up into maternal and child health, epidemiology, statistics, sanitation. There were different categories
Okay.
that you
Okay.
worked in. I remember them uh, saying the solution to pollution is dilution,
Yes, that's right.
which was true when you could dilute it adequately, no more. Um, but
Now, did you come up with, because I've heard that many times. Did you come up with that?
no, that was our professor in sanitation.
Oh,
He
okay. Okay.
wrote that, yeah. And actually, the guy supposedly eradicated smallpox, Dean, what's his name, was on the faculty. He gave us lectures. Turns out they did not end smallpox with vaccinations. They haven't ended any
No, not at
disease
all.
with vaccinations.
It was the opposite.
Yeah, they cause it now.
Yeah, Leicester, England was the classic case.
Yeah. So, but I talked to Bill Kauth,
Oh,
and
wow.
he said, I'm so depressed. My own tribe, that was the model that they had started. He
Yes.
said, they're so bad, I have to leave my own tribe because they won't let me talk about my feelings about
Ah,
this. It
wow.
was classic. And so uh,
Wow.
he was depressed. I was depressed. I said, well, why don't we form a group? And I gathered together 3 or 4 other doctors who were enlightened, and some other uh, health professionals. And we
Yes.
started a group, it would be 5 years ago now, or 4.5 years ago, and it
Oh,
still meets weekly. Every
wow.
week, we Zoom together, uh, and so that's been important for me to have that ongoing support. Plus,
Mm.
a number of people that I just get together with every month or so, and we update each other on
Yes.
what's the latest thing you've uncovered and all of this.
Right. Right.
Um, so support, very important. Any more questions?
Amy's got a question. What was the book on immunization written by the Russian Jew?
I'd have to look up the name.
Okay.
I can send it to you to put in the show notes.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
It's still in print, although he never got the acknowledgement that Turtles All the Way Down did.
Yep. Yep. We've got 2 other questions. For those wanting to raise their children without vaccines, which you and I did, how are they able to get around school requirements, etc., of mandatory or forced vaccination?
Depends on the state. Most states they can get exemptions, uh, not from doctors because they wind up losing their licenses.
Right. Right.
There's the
Right.
five remaining ones that ICANN, the Informed Action,
Mm-hmm.
what's the C? Informed Consent Action Network, Del
That's right.
Big's organization.
That's right.
They're going after the big five. They think they've got West Virginia with a lawsuit about to crumble.
Wow. That's
They got
amazing.
Mississippi, or no, Louisiana last year.
Okay.
And now with Kennedy saying that they're not, that it's a choice,
Yep.
it's hopefully going to come down. I think the entire house of cards is going to collapse.
It seems like it's happening.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's excellent. And another of our faculty, Dr. Mark Rhodes, is asking any tips on how to deal with the hospital, including Child Protective Services staff. Our 15-year-old grandson just got admitted with over 300 glucose. He's carnivore, ketogenic for 3 to 4 years, no vaccines. The first pediatrician at the ER thinks it's neglect. So
Well,
dealing with hospitals.
run as fast as you can and as far as you can, but it sounds like it's too late for that.
Yeah,
It
right.
sounds like a lab error to me. Ketogenic with a glucose like that, or there's something
There's something else
metabolic.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd love to drill down into that case. So there's other causes.
yeah, definitely something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's running 200 plus every day. This is about his fourth day in the hospital. He's running 200 plus every blood stick.
Mm.
I wonder what they're giving him there, though. It wouldn't be getting a ketogenic diet in a hospital.
Ensure. Maybe some ensure.
The diet's better than most hospitals historic. But he's eating more carbs than he would at home by far. But
well, they've totally gone down the type 1 diabetes thing.
well, and of course they diagnosed it as type 1 diabetes.
Well,
we can't nail it down. He had some kind of an infection 2 years ago, which may have caused some pancreas damage
Yeah.
and then an autoimmune response. And so I'm thinking pancreatrophin for sure.
Well, yes. I mean, you got to look at both fasting and postprandial insulin. So after eating insulin, is he making insulin? And then fasting insulin, is he insulin resistant? And then there's 3 other markers for insulin resistance. But again, 15 years old, I mean, that's usually like a 65-year-old, diabetic, insulin resistant, pre-diabetic, standard American, metabolic syndrome. But I would start with insulin, and then we got to drill down into nutritional deficiencies. And the downside of carnivore keto is potential dysbiosis from eating a very low fiber diet. So that's not likely to cause a 300 fasting glucose, but I would certainly do a microbiome test in addition to insulin and metabolic panel, try to suss out where the issue is. But it has to have it's either insulin deficiency or insulin resistance, usually.
Right. And of course, they're not measuring insulin, they're measuring glucose at the hospital.
Yeah, I would look at A1C, that's going to be, ultimately more important than just glucose.
It was okay.
Yeah, his A1C was
It was higher than we wanted for sure.
Do you have any idea what the number might have been? Like just random guess?
11? Did you
I
say
think
11?
11?
I've never seen that high.
11. Oh no, he's deep into diabetes at 11.
And
I
Yeah.
mean, diabetes starts at 6'5".
Was he vaccinated as a kid?
Nope.
Never.
Wow.
Nope.
So that's super unusual. Yeah, I mean, type 1 diabetes in a 15-year-old is almost always vaccine injury.
Yeah, unless they snuck it to him in school.
Right.
Nope.
Right.
No.
Homeschooled,
Oh,
Wow. Well done.
which is another red flag to Child Protective
Oh, I
Service.
know. They're the Gestapo. Yeah.
good
Right.
luck.
Yeah. Well, let's try to get some more testing with
We
the
will.
insulin.
We will.
Insulin and metabolic panel at a minimum, and then may have to look at nutritional deficiencies,
Well,
chromium, magnesium.
is there an autoimmune marker specific to pancreas?
Well, there's insulin antibodies, there's insulin receptor antibodies, there's pancreas antibodies.
That's the one.
They're basically islet antibodies. So
yes.
that's
Okay.
beta cells are. Those would be all good things to look at, but they may not know any of that. They may
No.
you may need to get them out, as John is saying.
We're
Run.
trying.
I did.
We're trying.
You can AMA him. Yeah.
At least ANA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, ANA is non-specific, but a good start.
I'm talking
Yes,
about
exactly.
against medical advice, AMA, leaving a hospital, AMA.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right, right. Well, good luck with that, Mark. And yeah, happy to jump in with you on any findings. We got to do a hair analysis, look for chromium, magnesium deficiencies, calcium to magnesium ratio. You know, there's like we just need more info. I do a stool test, do the microbiome test, and just we'll be able to figure it out. But we'll
Yep.
see what try to see, try to get him out of there as
Get him
fast as
home.
possible. Yeah, get him home. Yeah, it's gonna be much safer there, and then you can get the supplements into him that'll help reduce his blood sugar quickly. Diaplex and Gymnema, things like that.
Exactly. Thank you, guys.
You bet.
Yeah.
You bet. Thanks for jumping in. And yeah, we've got a great opportunity here with Dr. Travis to ask questions. All right. Well, John, if you'd like, you can jump in on part two.
Okay, how much time do we have for
We've got easily a half hour.
it's going to be
But we're pretty
a
flex,
bit of a rush.
we're honored to have
Yeah.
you and, whatever time you need.
I need to switch over to the other version. How do I have to close this one?
There
Okay.
you go.
I just jumped out of screen sharing for some reason.
Okay. Yeah, you can, once you get the new presentation up, you can reshare. Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
Okay. Now I got to get that bar out of the way.
Yep,
and
get that screen. Yep, click on that guy. And there you go.
okay.
Nice job.
Um, so I've already these are my three credos again. We've already
Yes.
seen.
Yeah.
Here's the outline. There are four main points. The hidden epidemic of disconnection that is normative. We don't even notice it. The statistics for this are many years old, and it's a lot worse now, but I haven't been able
Oh.
to dig them out.
Wow.
So this presentation has been around a while. So
Sure.
I think the numbers are maybe closer to 40%, but if they don't leave emotionally, physically, they leave emotionally, and probably a larger number are living without a father.
Yes.
I'm guessing this number is a lot larger. I'm not sure what happened to the other 18 million if they weren't arrested, what kind of crimes they got away with.
Yeah, right.
And every year that goes by, the suicide rate, I don't know if it's still doubling. That would be astronomical, but it's bad. And I've heard statistics about this that like 50% have a mental issue.
Yep.
Latchkey kids. And I'm guessing that the number of murders has even increased. So we have the second area. This is my main work for the last 20 years of understanding what happened, why my first marriage fell apart when my daughter was 2, or
Right.
about when we ended it. And it ultimately led to publishing a book back in 2012 with my then wife. And I'll be talking about this more later, but at that point, because it looks like the father leaves when the mother and child stay in the family home,
Right.
it's really both are departing. It's are separating. It's a relationship breakdown. Dads get blamed for it, but there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
So this postpartum disconnection. Most of us born after 1940 in hospitals were the first wave of them. We were dragged out unconscious. My mother was knocked out, circumcised within a day or so without anesthetic, and it's extremely painful. The 4-hour bottle feeding schedule was in vogue for me in 1943.
Oh, wow.
Stuck in a crib. So we didn't adequately bond with our mother or any family member. And I consider this a normative abuse, but
Hmm.
it's unrecognized. So the boy grows up looking for the mommy he never bonded with. And if he's lucky, he finds her and thinks everything's okay until a kid comes along.
Hmm.
And then her focus, because there isn't the structure to help take care of the kid, it's just
Right.
her and maybe him when he's not working. Um, so his early childhood wounding gets re-stimulated.
Hmm.
Actually, the better the child's needs are met, the more difficult it is for the father because he's seeing what he didn't get.
Oh,
And then he
interesting.
compensates, he may self-medicate or leave emotionally or physically.
Yes.
And it's a gradual process. We don't see it. This nuclear family experiment has been going on for over 100 years.
Hmm.
I was describing this to a colleague up in Mill Valley, Warren Farrell, who was big in the men's boys movement. He said, "Oh yeah, dad's job's go out and earn more money to support his wife and her new lover."
Hmm.
Like,
Wow.
oh wow, that's how it feels emotionally. He can't
Wow.
say that, but his little kid is feeling that.
Yep.
So to summarize, the mother's overwhelmed, doesn't have the time, energy for dad. His wounds get restimulated, the relationship deteriorates, and here we have a graphic illustration of the phenomenon.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I sometimes get laughter on this one, but
Yeah, for
it depends
sure.
on how true it was for you.
Yeah, right, right, right.
So the underlying causes of postpartum abandonment syndrome, PAS, um, the loss of the extended family and village and tribe, trying to replace it with this nuclear family or less, a single family. Here's my 3.87 figure again.
Mm-hmm.
We got to recognize it's not our fault. It's the culture that we live in, the system. It's a
Mm.
systemic problem. It's so easy to think we're to blame when we're not. I love this cover on the New
Mm.
Yorker. You
Wow.
look at who's looking at who. The mother's looking at
Wow.
the baby, the father's looking at the mother, and the baby's looking at the mother's substitutes, the stuffed
Mm.
animal.
Mm.
And of course, the crib with the barbed wire is uh, expresses what it feels like for the kid to be locked
Yep.
alone in a cage.
John, I had a question for you. This seems like a pretty significant topic, and I'm just going to wonder if you would like to do this in detail in a separate show.
Could do that. Yeah.
Would that be okay?
Yeah, because it's going to be a rush to get through.
Yeah, yeah. Why don't we do that? Because I really want to take time with this. This is something we've talked about a
Okay.
lot, and let's have a show just on this, if that's okay with you,
Okay.
and we'll
We
get
can,
that scheduled quickly, and so you can go in depth on this, and let's do that because this is so
okay.
important. I really want to make sure you've got all the time you need to take your time, take questions, and all
Yeah.
that. Let's do that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm seeing the significance of this topic is pretty massive. So I want to do that. So we are with Dr. John Travis. Any questions folks have for Dr. Travis, please jump on in. And we're going to close with just a couple of announcements. One is just a reminder for the practitioners who are on the show today to consider joining our board certification program in natural functional medicine. It's a wonderful one-year program, and you're with like-minded colleagues growing yourself and your practice in these areas of clinical training, business training, and your evolution, your growing yourself to grow your practice. And happy to do a call with any practitioner who's interested, and we'll see if it's a good fit for you and your practice. And all the details are at cliniciansmastermind.com. And right there, you can schedule a call. We'll do a call to just make sure it's a good fit for you and your practice. And I want to make sure you're a good fit for the program. So just encourage you to look at that. And just a reminder, this is new for this year. We now have a board certification from the American Association of Natural Wellness Practitioners, which our graduates earn, with the opportunity to sit for 2 board exams in nutrition and natural medicine through the American National Wellness Practitioners Board. So theoretically, and many of our graduates are going this route, earning up to 4 certifications by graduating this program. And as always, if you haven't had a consultation in our clinic, I think that's a good thing to do once a year, just to do a checkup, see how you're doing, come up with a plan, and enjoy our 60 courses in natural health and natural functional medicine at all at michaelgaeta.com, and use your discount, which is our appreciation if you're attending this show, MWM for Mondays with Michael, MWM10, and you'll get a discount on all of our courses. Looking ahead, we have the great Dr. Lee Merritt, who is one of the censored physicians
Oh,
during
yeah,
the COVID
great.
times. She's going to be teaching a course for us in March. She's working on her new book and is carving out some time for us to teach a course for us this coming March. We're very excited about that. We're going to have an amazing schedule of new courses for the public and for practitioners coming up next year. Really looking forward to that. And let's see if, I think we may have another question for Dr. Travis here. Oh, there you go. Okay, these are, okay, some good comments. And I'm just going to check our watch page. Okay, good. All right, well, good. So, John, any final thoughts that you had to feel complete for today?
A couple things. When you
Please.
mentioned Lee Merritt, I realized that you have this impressive list of people I was looking over that you've interviewed. And was Stephanie Seneff on the list? Because
She's on my to-do list. I would love to interview her. I've taught some of her material over the last, 15 years
well,
in
I
seminars.
had a wonderful experience when I was in Australia last year.
Oh,
That was earlier this year. I tracked down one of our uh, staff members from the Wellness Center who
yes.
I'd actually run groups, TA groups with, and had been in training before I started the Wellness Center.
Oh,
Talked to him and seen him for 50 years. Found out he lived in Princeville in Kauai.
oh,
And
wow.
we were planning to come through. We've traveled on miles through from back and forth from Australia. We were going to stop in
Yes.
Hawaii. So I stopped off to see him, and then I discovered that Stephanie Seneff lives in Princeville. And
In
we,
Australia?
yeah, no, in Princeville, Kauai, in
Oh,
Hawaii.
Kauai. Okay.
Yeah, she fled Boston and MIT.
Okay. Yep.
It's
Yep.
this wonderful home up on a ridge. And so invited us to dinner, and I met her husband, who actually was a graduate student when she was just starting to teach at MIT.
Oh,
His thesis led to the software that converts text into voice. And he
oh,
was one of the pioneers. He has his own Wikipedia page.
wow.
Uh, really soft-spoken, sweet guy, and a great
Yes.
cook. He served us amazing uh, salmon that he cooked. And
Oh, wow.
so that was a small world to encounter that. Plus, another guy, Art
Now,
Brown's.
do you know Stephanie, John?
Yes, we've gotten to know each other. We talk every now and then, and
Oh, wow. Would you be able to connect us?
yeah, for sure.
I'd love to have her on the show.
And then, do you know Len Saputo?
Heard the name.
We were seeing him for some light therapy and
Okay.
ran into Beverly Rubik at his office, and I
Hmm.
added her to my list of interviewees. Anyway,
Oh,
uh,
good.
but I wanted to mention with that pyramid you showed back there,
Yes.
I have to admit that we suckered for the food pyramid in the wellness workbook in the first
Oh,
edition. Third edition, we at least got the Harvard version in, which
okay.
is a little better, but
Before the food companies got at it.
yeah. So
Yes.
anyone who gets the wellness workbook, my apologies that that's in there. It's what, 20 years old, so the latest edition. There's other stuff that I would change for sure, but
Sure. Yeah.
anyway.
Well, yeah, let's do that because I did want to And I'll ask you again if you had any final thoughts, but I did want to just give folks a quick tour of some of your organizations that you've created and your books. So I'm just going to ask you to I'm just going to put this up on the screen there, John, and then you can let folks know what we're looking at and how they can connect. All these links, folks, are in the Zoom chat. So first up is, let's see, is this guy, the Alliance for Transforming the Lives of Children, atlc.org. Tell us about this, John.
Well, that's the group that what's my SELP project from the Landmark program. When
Yes.
Suzanne Arms and I met at the Mother Friendly Childbirth Initiative, where these alternative birth organizations were trying to come together on a common set
Oh,
of values. We
okay.
thought, why don't we do this for prenatal and postnatal and all the way up to adolescent initiation, which the Mankind Project tries to replace because we don't
Yes.
get that. Um, and that's the one we spent 10,000 hours producing the documents. It's inactive
Hmm.
at this point. It's an ancient website, and we were hoping to get an AI to update it.
Yep.
But
Well,
that,
you've still got your essential truths here, which I think
yeah,
are just wonderful.
yeah. Um, on the subject of books, I didn't put it in here, but there is, you can still get it on Amazon. We wrote Wellness for Helping Professionals. Uh,
Oh,
Marin and I did that in 1990.
oh, okay.
Uh, and we don't have any copies left, but there are used copies available. And that describes the entire Wellness Resource Center, all the questionnaires that we used, the group work that we did.
Right.
Um, I'll send you a link to that.
Okay. Great. Yeah, I couldn't find it on Amazon, but yeah, I love that.
I-
And then John, we have Connected Couples Thriving Families. Tell us about that at connectedandthriving.org.
yeah, that was my effort to expand on what was in the Why Dads Leave book as a
Hmm.
website. And I had a web mistress who built the site,
Yes.
then got ill, chronically
Oh,
ill, dropped out, and it's frozen as well because
okay.
it's beyond my ability to expand. There's more stuff I'd like to do with it, but it's pretty good as it stands.
Yeah, no, I found this very helpful information for
Oh,
folks.
good.
So connectedandthriving.org. And then, John, we have your wellness workbook, and folks have all the links here in the chat for all of these. And this is your classic the third edition of your classic work from years ago.
Yes. The the last one would be the online wellness inventory that got linked instead to the wellness index, which
Okay.
but the if you go to wellnessinventory.com,
Okay.
it'll take you to it's actually Jim changed the website to Body and Soul. I can never remember it,
Okay. Okay.
but
All right.
I sent it to you in the
Oh,
thing.
okay. I'll go get that.
Yeah,
In the meantime, we have here the and your other book, Simply Well.
yeah.
If you want to tell us about that.
Well, Regina and I don't know if you remember 50 Simple Things to Save the Planet that came out in the 80s.
Yes, I remember that.
We thought, well, the wellness workbook is more of a text. Could we do a
Yes.
simple word? Actually, my editor called me up and said, could you do 50 simple ways to save your wellness? It's a
Yes.
great idea. And we did it, and we sent it in to the publisher, and the editor turned it into text. We
Oh,
had we had the same format of a one page for each step.
yeah. Oh,
And
wow.
it actually had a different title, the first edition that came out, and it flopped. And then we updated it with this version, still as text, and
Okay.
didn't market it. 10 Speed Press was getting absorbed by Crown Publishing, and
Okay.
there's the wellness inventory. Yeah,
There you go.
that's the online version.
Oh, that's great.
They have a coaching program to train people how to use it, and
Wonderful.
uh,
Oh, that's great.
And also at thewellspring.com, the entire wellness workbook and the wellness for helping professionals, I think Simply Well, they're all there, but it's one page at a time. So
Right?
you can get an idea, and then if you like it enough, you can buy the book and have it all in your hands. But
Oh, okay.
it's a
Great.
tease at thewellspring.com.
Oh, thewellspring.com. Okay, we're working on that. And then we have the Wellness Index, also in its third edition.
That's actually
And
inside the wellness workbook, but you can buy it separately to use it with clients.
oh, great. Great. Okay. And then
The
we have Simply Well, and then we have oh, where did it go? Oh, here it is. This is When Dads Leave.
Why
Is
Dad
also
Sleep.
Why Dads Leave. Why Dads Leave. Yes. And this is also available. We've got the link for that right in the chat, so folks can get all of Dr. Travis's books and his many, all of this wonderful work is available. Oh, here it is. This is Wellness Workbook. I'll get this link in there. The wellspring.com. And here it is. You've landed on the web's most comprehensive collection of writings and resources from Dr. Travis. So this is fabulous. So what a great resource
We
there.
we did that for a company in Australia that had one of the top SEL what is it? Search engine SEO programs. And
Yes.
they said we're going to make a lot of money of if you give us unique content. I
Right?
spent nearly a year putting up 600 pages, then they went out of business. And so
Oh,
the
wow.
site is also frozen after I did all this work, and we
Ah,
had ads that were generating income for us, but they had to
yes.
take them down. So, uh,
Oh, boy.
and
Okay.
I mentioned this earlier, but my major project right now that I'm just wrapping up was the oral history of wellness. When I realized that my
Oh, okay.
patriots were dying off,
Hmm.
and I missed George Leonard and Will Schutz and people like that.
Yes.
But I did get 140 interviews, most of
Wow.
whom are actually um, more involved with holistic, alternative, integrative medicine. Uh,
Hmm.
the founders of that, like Larry Dossey and Ken
Oh, yeah.
Pelletier, um, and then a bunch of ones that came later that I didn't know at the time, but I thought were
Yes.
important that
Right.
helped build it. And then I've moved into the infant wellness area. I have Gene Liedloff, some of the people I met in the Mother Friendly Childbirth Initiative.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we're taking 60 of those interviews and launching a website through the Global Wellness Initiative. It'll
Hmm.
be a professional website. I didn't have the ability to do a whole website.
Sure.
They're all collected on YouTube. And
Okay.
Marty Rossman was one of my first colleagues back in met him in 74 when he was doing the first holistic medical center in Stinson Beach with Irving Oil. Uh,
Hmm.
I got uh, some of the people, Chris Northrup, who I met through the American
Oh,
Holistic,
yeah.
and Norm
Yeah, we had a
Shealy
great
before he,
conversation here.
yeah, Norm Shealy, I got him before he died.
Oh, wow.
He invited me to speak at the founding meeting of the American Holistic Medical Association.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
That's great.
so a bunch of it's been fun connecting with him. The
Yes.
former governor of Colorado, Dick, maybe his name. He was the one that got attacked for saying people had a duty to die. All the money
Hmm.
spent keeping
Hmm.
people alive for a few more days when other people don't get any health care.
Hmm.
Um, anyway, he was your famous governor in the 70s, and I was
Yes.
invited into his office to give a presentation on wellness
Oh,
by one
wow.
of his staff. And right after, there were three or four of us that presented to him. He said, "Well, I'm convinced. Now what?" And the other
Oh,
guy said,
wow.
I'll get back to you because he didn't expect it to
Yes.
go that quickly. Uh, but yeah, it's been fun to track these guys down before they die
Yes.
and
Yes.
find out who they are and why. It's not what they did, but what led them to do what they did. So
Right.
the
Right.
personal journey that's so important. that my personal journey and how theirs influenced mine. So,
Right. Wonderful, John. So any final thoughts to feel complete for today?
I'm pretty wrapped up or wound up.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll get a part two scheduled, John. I would
Okay.
really look forward to a deep dive on the childhood side of things. You've done so much great work in that, and I tell you, from reading your work to prepare for today's show, I was just it was an affirmation of the choices that the kids' mom, my former wife, and I made were very congruent with what you've been teaching for decades,
Uh-huh.
with breastfeeding, attached from parenting, no vaccines, and a lot of dad.
Yeah.
So the kids have gotten a lot of me, and thankfully, one of my business partners, whose kids are, much older than mine, they're grown and out of the house and often doing their thing. He taught me many years ago. He said, make sure you put the kids first. If you're in the middle of something for work and your kid comes to you, just put it down and spend some time and, attend to that. Hey, daddy, can you help me with, or whatever it is. And I've always kept by that, and I think it's been good for them.
Wonderful.
So, Dr. John Travis, thank you on behalf of like all of humanity for your incredible contributions to health, wellness, well-being, families, children over several decades. Just have enormous appreciation for your incredible work. It's made the world a better place. So thank you, and thank you for the time today.
Oh, my pleasure.
All right. Well, thanks everyone. What an honor. Please use all those links to the work of Dr. John Travis. Oh, somebody had a comment, or was that? I'm not sure. Anyway.
That was my clock telling me it was noon. So,
Oh, right. It is. Okay. Well, very good. Thanks, everybody. Blessings to all. And thanks for being here today. I'm going to play something for you because you guys hung in there for the full show. And anybody who wants to stick around, I'm going to give you some piano music. And please, blessings to you and yours for a thankful and blessed and joyful Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite days of the year. So blessings to all. Take care, and we will see you next week. And Bentley wanted to say hi. There's a Bentley. There he is. Okay. There you go, Bush. I'm going to play for him now. Make sure we've got our musician. Yeah, original sound is on. We're good. It's an original Prelude in D. All right, just a little something for you, a little original Prelude in D from back in the day, and glad to share that with you today. Never played that one for you before. But anyway, blessings to all, to you and yours, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody. Take care.